Welcome back to the Elite Athletes channel. My name is Tolu and appreciate you coming through. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Game Day Insoles by elitesoles, who have just expanded into the Middle East. Now elitesoles is a insoles company that has been founded by Damian Lillard, and I believe Jamal Crawford is also an investor in that, and someone else whose name I should know but I don't. But anyway, they just expanded into the Middle East. If you don't know, I'm based in Dubai. That's why I'm filming outdoors, and yeah, they have gifted me some of their Game Day insoles here. They gifted them to me a while ago. I have been waiting to film this review, but yeah, it's by Move Insoles out here. It's pretty simple. You just put them into your shoes and they should help you jump higher, be more explosive, move faster. So what I'm gonna do is review these by putting them into my basketball shoes and seeing if it changes my vertical jump. So what I've currently got on are I'm gonna lift up my shoe. I have some barefoot shoes by Vivo Barefoot Middle East as well. You can get 15% discount on them by the link in the description. And barefoot shoes don't really have much of a sole. They're very minimalist. They do not have any heel elevation. So I'm going to test out my vertical in these barefoot shoes to see where it's at there. Then I'm going to test them out in my outdoor basketball shoes. These are my raggedy Kyrie 4s. Yeah, I've used them a bit too much, but I'm going to use these to test out my vertical next because they have a bit more heel elevation and a thicker sole, as you can see. And then I'm going to put the insoles inside the Kyrie 4s and test the vertical again. So 3 different tests. I'm going to be using the My Jump 2 app. So if you don't know about that, that is a great app for testing vertical jump by yourself. I've done a review of that on my channel like a couple years ago, so check that out. I'll link it up here somewhere. And essentially, I'm just going to use my phone, which I have connected to a GorillaPod, and I'm going to just place it like on here somewhere, and then I'm going to record myself doing some jumps. Now, the jumps that I'm going to test are a counter movement jump from a standing start. So no approach, just going to counter move, and that means I'm going to do an arm swing and then jump as high as I can. And then I'm going to do an approach jump, and I'm going to test those 2 using the app. And then I'm going to go onto the basket and show you what that vert looks like on a basket. Now I'm going to give a little disclaimer because I went to a run last night, didn't finish till 11 p.m, didn't get to sleep till like 2 a.m. because I'm trying to make this content for you guys. Then I've just done a workout this morning, 10 a.m. now, you know, barely had much sleep, done 2 workouts back to back. My knees are sore. So if I'm not dunking and if my vert is not that high, it's because of that. Like, it's not me. Me, obviously, I'm bouncy like that. For all seriousness, just more disclaimer for the tests. So you know that, you know, perhaps if the vert didn't change too much, those were factors that could have affected it. But also, I just want to give some stats about myself as well. So I'm 6'4". I have a 6'4" wingspan, and I'm currently about 104 kilograms. At my best vertical jump, I was actually 110 kilograms, and I was leaner than I currently am now, but I had a lot of muscle mass and it was really affecting my knees. I was around 21, 22 years old, around that weight. So I could jump pretty high. I should put some clips of that in there. I was jumping high, I was dunking, but a lot of knee pain. So as I've gotten older, I'm currently 29. I have tried to strip back some of the muscle mass, you know, so maybe I don't look as lean anymore, but I can still dunk at this weight. And I feel like my dunking weight, like my upper limit is about 105 to 106 kg. I am trying to get a bit lower. And obviously I'm going to jump back on the Athletic Aesthetics program, which you can get from elitesmartathletes.com. But of course, the lighter you are, then the less weight there is to try and elevate for a vertical jump. But yeah, just some stats. So you have 6'4", wingspan, 104 kg, can dunk, and yeah, we'll just see what this vert looks like with the soles versus without. All right, just warm up the knees a little bit. Oh, damn, I'm getting old. Oh, we're also going to do 3 jumps per test, just to give ourselves a little bit of an average. All right, one. Oh yeah, that was a lot higher. That was a lot higher than the last one. Probably similar. Getting a bit warm, getting the knees warm as well. Like I said, I was a bit sore, and also locking in and focusing on the jumps a bit more. So are the tests as verifiable? Don't know, but those are the results nonetheless. Now let's see what the approach jump looks like in barefoot shoes. Get a little curve, little curve. I don't have too far a run up, but let's speed into it. Long penultimate. Wasn't the best. It's a little better. looked like a step up move. Eventually it did show that approach jumps, you should be able to jump higher. The reason for that, possibly the sore knees, because the transfer of energy from horizontal to vertical, my knees, my tendons just weren't able to absorb it because they are sore. But also that's the reason why you test multiple times. That's why I do 3 jumps per test. That first one wouldn't really have been indicative of what I could actually do, considering I got a lot higher, like a good 2.5 inches higher on the 3rd test. So there we go for the barefoot shoes. Now let's look at that on the rim. Standing, right? I've never really been able to dunk from standing, to be honest. So we'll see how this looks. Okay. Oh, I can feel like my knees are gonna give way, you know, the old age. Come on, man. Anyway, let's go. Oh, just about. Okay, and now approach. I'm actually a weird, like, slow approach jumper. I should probably work on that. Okay, so yeah. I can dunk in barefoot shoes just about with a 16 to 18 inch vert. Well, not standing of 16, but definitely with approach of 18. Also, I do want to say dunking in barefoot shoes, that's difficult. I've never actually tried that before doing it for this video. And those were first takes. So yeah, it's not as easy as it looks, but damn, I'm really just out here. That's crazy. You should just follow me and flipping sign up to my programs because I just get after it. And now I'm changing into my Kyrie 4s. Obviously, big disclaimer, because I did do a video back in 2020 about a vertical jump warm-up that PGF Performance posted, where I kind of warmed up in the video, then did some tests, and a lot of the comments were like, oh, the first test that I did might have messed up the second test. So that's why I actually went to work out before this. So even though I've kind of warmed up my vertical jump a little bit by actually doing some jumps in the barefoot shoes, I was already fully warm before I came, or as warm as I could be before I came, because I've done a full workout anyway. Now, although the workout might have made my vertical decrease because it's a workout and it's stress on the nervous system and the muscles and the joints, in terms of body temperature and warmth, I was good to go. I didn't need to do like a second warm-up. So the fact that I've jumped now should not really hinder the results here in the Kyries. Anyway, let's go. That felt pretty bouncy, to be fair. It was about the same, to be honest. 16.95 is only 0.3 more than the best I got for the barefoot shoes, so it wasn't actually that much of a difference. Couldn't really tell you why. Anyway, approach verse next. I know I jumped sideways like that.
So I realized when I got to editing that my mic must have cut out because there's no more audio on the rest of this footage. But as you can see here, I got through the 3 jumps. It's not a typo error. The first 2 were the exact same height apparently, and then the 3rd one had a slight drop off. So you can see the Kyrie 4s, they're still slightly more explosive, more vertical jump height in them, and you can see from the standing vert there, it was a lot easier, I can say. And the approach run, I mean, that's my typical dunk anyway. So yeah, it was just a lot better because I think there's a thicker sole. So it was pretty much went as expected. And then I went on to put the insoles into my Kyrie 4s. They're quite smooth, they're quite colorful. I didn't really show enough of that. I didn't film enough of like what the soles look like, but I think they are really cool. The heel on them is so thick. I'm not used to that. I've never been someone that's played with insoles before, but the heel on them is super thick. And one thing I did notice is that they are super high. So it does make your foot really lock into the shoe. If you're not used to that sensation, then it could feel very tight at first. And I'm going to start playing with them maybe the next couple weeks in games to see how I actually do in a game situation. But it did feel very tight, it did feel very locked in. So it did make my shoes feel a bit small. So if you are going to use them in shoes, you might need to go a size up just to make sure that they fit. But otherwise, I think they're very good quality soles. And again, that heel elevation is the real thing that I noticed, as well as a little bit in the midfoot too. But anyway, let's go and see how we do with the vertical jump tests with the insoles. So at this point in the testing, I'm really starting to get a bit fatigued. So I was really trying my best to get these standing jumps as good as possible, but I wasn't particularly happy with the results because I know I can do better. However, what I will say is that I still feel like I was going a bit higher. I felt like I was floating in the air for ever so slightly longer with the insoles inside my Kyrie 4s. So when we look at the approach jumps, I really wanted to lock in and try and get a 20-inch jump because I know I can do that. I know I should have been able to. You see, I did the little knee bend warm up there. First one, 17.19. Okay, all right. Second one hit 20.19. That was the goal, and I knew it, even though I hadn't even seen the result yet. Third one, I was a bit excited, and I thought I'd hit it, but I didn't. But as you can see here, I knew I was able to get it, and I think that this is almost indicative of the fact that despite the fatigue that I was feeling, the insoles were still able to boost me up to jump a bit higher, as well as me obviously locking in. And now looking at me on a basket, where I really felt the effect of the insoles was actually on that dunk of vert. So, I mean, I guess I don't have the clip again. But the dunk of vert was so easy, and I've never really felt that easy. And especially that being at the end of the filming and after my workouts, it was my last jumps of the day, it felt super easy. So I'm very confident that these insoles by Move Insoles, distributed by Elitesoles Middle East, will work. So you should go grab your pair. I will put a link in the description for you to go and get them. Also, if you want to train your vertical jump, go to elitesmartathletes.com. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all social media. Instagram and TikTok is mainly where I try to be as active as possible. But yeah, appreciate you watching this video. I would recommend some insoles. I'm not an insoles person either, so this isn't really what I'm used to. And I felt the difference almost immediately. And I wanted to make sure that you saw this was fresh out of the packet. Anyway, appreciate you watching the video. Hope it helps. And as always, until next time, stay blessed. I didn't quite sync that up, but yeah, stay blessed.